It's 11 minutes past 8, and our guest for the morning has arrived. You may well have seen him on Ripper Street, but now I am seeing him in real life. That was weird. Matthew Lewis, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a little tired this morning. I don't know how you do this every day.
Do you know what? Me neither. You're kind of forced to, and everyone, like we just spoke to Dan from Bastille, and he just said the same thing. He's like, I don't know how you do this.
Yeah.
The bad thing is when it gets to like 8 a.m. for like me and everyone who works on the show and everyone who's listening, if you're into this, 8 a.m.'s like lunchtime now. Like, we're like, it's easy, this bit.
It's the bit after when you finish and you have to go and function on a normal day and you've already been awake for like 5-6 hours?
Yeah. It's really weird. It's always, the worst is when if you get up at 5 and you're like, do you know what, I'm going to go to the gym, but I can't go till after work. And if you go to the gym in the afternoon, if anyone listening knows, if you wake up at 5 and go to the gym after work, you can do, I reckon, 30 seconds of working out, and you're like, you can't do it. You can't do it. What did you do last night? Why are you tired?
I'm doing a play at the minute.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So I was on stage last night, and I mean, it's not a particularly long play. It's only like 70 minutes, but by the time you get off stage, it's so intense, this particular show, that you can't really sleep very well.
Right.
And it's really hot as well.
Yeah, it's well hot. I know it's been like crazy weather everywhere all over the UK, so some parts are like Manchester actually flooded.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the news this morning. It's been like thunderstorms everywhere.
Yeah, whereas here in Radio 1 HQ, it's 5,000 degrees right now. It's like pretty hot. And well, we're going to talk about the play, but we've got to talk about Ripper Street because it's on BBC Two, Monday nights, 9 p.m. How is it doing this show? And tell everybody about how much you love Ripper Street, because then the BBC will be like, yay, Matthew Lewis.
Yeah, I love Ripper Street. It was really good. It was a great experience. We did 2 seasons back to back, so this is...
Oh, wow.
This is the first one of the 2, and then season 5 will be coming sometime next year. Last time I was on this show, actually, I just saw the little photographs we took. They're in my bedroom. I saw them this morning.
Above the bed?
Yeah, somewhere around
above
that
the
area.
bed. Let's say above the bed, yeah.
I had that big moustache.
Yeah.
That from Ripper Street, which is now gone, which I'm pleased to say.
How is that when you've got to have sort of a Victorian era moustache? And then fine when you're filming because it looks great.
Yeah, and then as soon as you go home, it's less so.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, remarkably in London, it's actually not too abnormal.
Yeah,
there's quite a lot of it.
But there's a lot
around.
of weirdos down there.
Yeah. Not so strong up in Leeds. I can promise you that. No, not really.
It looks like it looked like when you had it, like sometimes outside of butchers they have a cardboard cutout of a butcher. I mean, do you know what I mean? That's what it looked like.
I just need a stripy apron. And that was it.
That was the look. How was it when you got to get rid of the moustache then? When it was like, okay, we're done on Ripper Street. Was it an immediate removal?
I played around with it a little bit, and I did a Chaplin moustache.
Right.
Yeah, a Chaplin moustache.
Risky.
Yeah. Just very briefly, just see what it looked like. Looked ridiculous. Got rid of that. But it was quite a moment. Like, I remember going into the bathroom and like my housemates were waiting outside for the big reveal. It was,
wow, quite the event.
It was exciting. I did it for like 8 months.
Yeah, we should have filmed that for the iPlayer.
Yeah.
Like Ripper Street Extra.
I'd say next time, but I'm not doing it again.
Would you not have a moustache again for Ripper Street?
Well, Ripper Street's finished now, so...
You've done the 5 series.
The 5 series is the final one. Yeah, that's it. We bring it to a close. So I was able to get rid of it safe in the knowledge that it wouldn't be coming back.
It won't be back.
Yeah. But I mean, I've done it for 3 different jobs now. So, I mean, the chances of it being my last moustache are quite slim.
What about if you are an actor who's really good at acting, but you don't, like Jaden Smith can't grow a moustache? So what would happen then?
You do what I did in the first 2 weeks of Ripper Street and glue one on.
What, is it better to grow one or glue one?
Well, it depends. I mean, do you want to get a significant other? Then maybe it's better to glue it on. But I mean, it's difficult having it glued on every day because it pings off in the middle of scenes all the time.
Hilarious.
Which is hilarious. And very tricky to do.
But Ripper Street, not a comedy.
Not really.
No.
And because I was doing a Cockney accent as well, or my impression of a Cockney accent, it's quite difficult to get your mouth around like vowel sounds that you're not used to doing. So that just makes it just flick off in the middle of scenes all the time.
Yeah, not great. No. Do you have a significant other?
I do, yeah.
And were they into the moustache or not?
She was absolutely not at all. But remarkably, the first time I met her was with the moustache.
Yeah.
And we're still together. But she definitely was not a huge fan of it at all.
I love her. She was like, hey, I'm interested in you and I will go out with you, but just want you to know that thing on your face I'm not down with.
Yeah, let's see what you're like without it first before we carry on. If that's better, then we can carry on with the relationship.
Was she there for the reveal?
No, she wasn't.
No, she was like, I'm just going to, bags packed, ready to go. Oh, okay, I'll stay. You still look good. You still look quite good. Still look good. Matthew Lewis is here. If you want to say hello this morning, 81199. We should probably talk more about Ripper Street and not just a moustache that you no longer have. Matthew Lewis is here. We've been told by producer Fifi that we can no longer talk about the moustache.
That is understandable.
Okay. We did 9 minutes on moustache then. Right, we're here to talk about Ripper Street on BBC Two right now. You can go see it on iPlayer, or you can see it on BBC Two Monday nights, 9 o'clock. So your character is a character who's kind of quite modern, not now, but then, because now very old-fashioned, but back in the day, he was quite modern in that he was, up for doing a little bit of X-raying, a little bit of fingerprinting, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the other coppers are a little bit up for just being, used to like fighting, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a fighter or are you a thinker, Matthew?
I would probably say that I'm much more of a cerebral. I would have a more cerebral approach to police work, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that cracking skulls and battering confessions out of people is quite the way to go. Mm-hmm. But you don't know till you're out there on the street, do you?
No, you don't know. But let's find out as we play. No. Although your arms this morning, Matthew, you look like you could batter someone. You've been going to the gym.
I go to the gym a little bit.
Look at them arms, Fifi. You look like you could deck us.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah, you absolutely batter us. Right, loads of people want to say hello this morning. They're good though, aren't they, Dan? Look at the size of them.
Good, yeah.
Fancy, you're like Wolverine. Anna says, please tell Matthew that I love Ripper Street. The amazing stories, the language, the acting. I love it all. I've watched every episode. Sad it will be finishing. It is quite gory. And we were just saying that during that Ellie Goulding record.
Yeah.
Because you watch it and it's not like necessarily, some bits of it are like quite fun and like enjoyable and you're watching it and then all of a sudden it's like a really dark, horrible scene. Quite grim. She said, did you have to have a look at a lot of body parts and blood on the show?
Yeah, our makeup team are pretty spectacular, to be honest. They used to create the most amazing corpses and stuff like that, and they used to have to use referencing photographs.
Right.
So there's quite a lot of pictures just stuck up in hair and makeup of just bodies and cuts and all kinds of grim stuff. And Richard wanted to really create this kind of dirty, ruthless era of Whitechapel. Ripper.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper era. So he didn't definitely shy away from that. The episode that was just on I was the one that kind of had a Dracula theme running through, and it was sort of about early blood transfusions and stuff like that. So people were being literally exsanguinated, I think is the word.
Good word.
Yeah, strong, right?
Yeah.
And so there was quite a lot of blood in last week's episode. We definitely don't shy away from that.
No, there's definitely gross, Anna. I'm with you there. There's definitely some really grim, gross sections in it. Does blood make you freak out? Because I can sort of deal with it if I watch films. Like some people really can't look at it. I'm all right with it.
I don't really mind it. I used to give blood quite regularly until
I became a famous actor.
And
I thought, you know what, you can pay for it if you want
because people should give blood. This is my little soapbox thing. But unfortunately for me, I can't now because the lady, bless her, missed my vein and went through a nerve. And so I'm terrified of needles now. And so I don't give blood anymore. But people should. It never happens. They never have. You should.
That's just happened once.
It's just to me.
That's happened once. I don't mind it. I don't like a twist. Like if someone's twisted their ankle or twisted their. That is my. I can't see that on telly. Hello to Claire who's been on saying I love Matthew. Loved you in Bluestone 42. Please bring it back to our telly box. I also who's this one from? Absolutely love Harry Potter. Say Luna and Neville are my favourite characters. Someday I'd love to be an actor, says Isla. She's only 10. She's in Sheffield. How do you become an actor if you're 10? What do you do?
Wow. Well, it takes a lot of commitment. I'd definitely say that. It's one of those jobs that you can't expect to just walk into a role very early on. It takes a lot of honing and hard work, and you have to be very thick-skinned. I would say that I actually saw a really good piece of advice just yesterday from online. Is Bryan Cranston was talking about the best advice you give to a young actor, and he was saying that don't go into auditions thinking about trying to get a job. Because you heap an immense amount of pressure on yourself, and you feel like you're performing, you're trying to just impress the people in the room. All you can do is your job, which is to create a character and is to create an interpretation and go in there and show them the very best that you can do. And if that's not what it is, I mean, there's so many factors that are involved with casting somebody, whether it's the look or whether you're charismatic enough for that particular role, or whether your
muscles are too big,
or anything along those lines. There's so many factors that you literally cannot do anything about. So all you can go in there is not think, I'm going in here to get a job. I'm just going in here to show what I can do. And if it's what they're after, it's what they're after. And if it's not, then it's fine.
Yeah.
And you have to just bear that in mind for every single role that you go up for.
I think it's such a terrifying job the more I speak to actors, because what I find scary is like, if you work somewhere, if you work in an office, you like, I work here now. With an actor, you're doing a play at the moment. That's one, I don't want to freak you out, but one level of anxiety, because you're performing on stage in front of people, and it's live, and it's every night. Also, it's like, this is going to end, and then I have to have another job, and how do I get that? Like, that's what stresses me out. Michelle Keegan was on talking about that she's like, I just don't know what I'm going to do next. And that's crazy to me, that you literally don't know what you're going to be doing in a few months, who you're going to be pretending to be, or how your life could change.
It's so intense and so immersive on every job. I mean, particularly in a theatre where you're just rehearsing all day, every day until you open, and then it's every night, and then suddenly that just ends. Yeah, and that's it. It's everything that you did for that role. Okay, whether it's on screen or it's on a DVD or whatever, you're done with that now. Mm-hmm. You have to just move on to a new project, and then you have to start from the very beginning and find a new character and go for another job interview to get a new job.
Do you think if you play like a crazy person, it would make you go crazy later in life?
I don't know. I mean, I had to play a pretty grim guy on Happy Valley last year.
Yeah,
and, that was interesting. The kind of places you have to go in your head.
Yeah, I mean, it's in your head.
I wasn't on that shoot for a long time. I don't know how people can do that for like 6 months to a year. It does take a lot out of you, definitely.
Yeah, I bet. Well, Ripper Street, you've got to watch. BBC 2, Monday nights, 9 o'clock, or you can see it on iPlayer. And what's the play called? We should plug the play.
Yeah, it's called Unfaithful. It's on at Found 111, and it's about two couples, an older couple and a younger couple, and they're both at very, very different points in their life. And it's about communication between couples. It's about the differences between genders, how males and females interact with each other. I get my shirt off at one point, if that helps.
Yeah, if that helps sell tickets.
There's a lot of bits that I want to talk about the play, but I've been told I'm not allowed to say at this time in the morning. So.
It's quite racy, is what we're going to say. But go and get tickets, Sexy Top Off, which is a true sign of great acting. Matthew, thank you for coming in. Good luck with the play.
Thanks, man.
And make sure everyone watches Ripper Street, and go and see his play if you want to see him topless. Thank you, Matthew.
Cheers.